Now it's time to talk about a film that's been haunting me for years. I'm talking about the psychological sci-fi thriller Spehere, and how I finally learned to appreciate it. Spehere premiered back in 1998 and is based on a novel by Michael Crichton. The story takes place in the Pacific Ocean, where the military has discovered a spacecraft resting on the ocean floor, and they suspect it might be extraterrestrial. So they bring in a psychologist, a marine biologist, a mathematician, and an astrophysicist. All brilliant minds with the right skills, just in case there's intelligent alien life on board. But once they go inside the spacecraft, it quickly becomes quite clear. This isn't alien at all. It's American. And it's been down there for 300 years. Weird, right? And it gets even weirder when they discover a floating golden spherical object, one you can actually walk into. And that's exactly what the mathematician Harry Adams, played by Samuel L. Jackson, does. But when Harry comes back out, strange things start to happen. The first time I watched Spehere, I was really disappointed. I had geared up for a solid sci-fi thriller starring big names like Dustin Hoffman, Sharon, and of course Mr. Jackson. But I didn't get it. The whole thing just felt confusing and weird. And this was a film directed by Levinson, the man behind Rain Man and Good Morning Vietnam. It was a big letdown back in the late 90s. But then something happened. Spehere kept coming back to me. Every now and then it would pop into my head. So eventually I thought, maybe I should give it another try. And I did. I rewatched it several times, and slowly things started falling into place. And now I actually really like it. No, it's not a masterpiece, not in my book. But I think I'm starting to understand what Spehere is trying to say. And that, of course, makes it a lot more interesting, exciting, and fun. It's not easy, at least not for me, to put into words what I think and feel about this film. There's a risk I'll just sound vague or overly philosophical. So I'll try to keep it short and clear. There are two main things that have stuck with me. Number one, the film's title and what it really means. And number two, what happens when people come into contact with that glowing golden sphere. So, Spehere. What does the title actually mean? I think it's more than just a description of the object itself. We humans think in straight lines. For example, we build straight buildings, square structures. And we imagine time as a line, always moving straight forward toward something unknown. But Spehere suggests that time doesn't move forward at all. Maybe everything just goes around in a circle. So things come back. Like the spacecraft, which is from the future, but somehow ended up in the past. Nothing is ever truly behind us, and what lies ahead has already happened. And to me, that's what the title Spehere really means. To think of time a little differently. Then there's what happens when Harry and the others enter the sphere. They're deeply affected, especially mentally. Suddenly, they can create reality with their own thoughts. And, well, what they create is pretty terrifying, which maybe says something about how neurotic we are as a species. But I think that was very intentional on Michael Crichton's part, the author of the book. He wanted us to see how powerful our minds really are. If we can create terrifying things just by thinking them, then surely we can also reshape our world in a more positive direction, simply by thinking differently, more clearly and with more hope. People always say we only use a small fraction of our brains. In the movie Spehere, the characters get help tapping into something deeper, something they themselves don't fully understand, but that's incredibly powerful. What that something is and why it happens, well, that's the mystery of the film. But this movie does have something to say. It might just take a few viewings to get it. And speaking of watching, thanks for sticking with me all the way to the end.